He's the John D. MacArthur Professor of Physics at MIT. His research focuses on atomic physics and laser spectroscopy, particularly the areas of laser cooling and trapping of neutral atoms. And he was among the first scientists to observe a new ultracold state of matter, the Bose-Einstein condensate, in 1995, and then quickly afterward realized the first atom laser in 1997. For this work, he shared the 2001 Nobel Prize in Physics. He has also been a supporter of the Center for several years and a lauded speaker at its guest lecture series during the Research Science Institute. And interestingly, his son Jonas is a 2003 RSI alum.
So the thoughts I want to share with you is about predicting what are the discoveries to be made in the future, or predicting what are hot areas of research. The message I want to give you is that discoveries and breakthroughs are not predictable. And if you try to predict what is the most exciting research you can do in a few years, you always miss out on the biggest excitement. Myself, I was trained as an atomic physicist, and atomic physics is about single particles, or sometimes it's about two particles when two atoms form a molecule or two atoms collide. But what happened is, and there was great interest in, getting these atoms to slow down and come to a standstill, because when your job is to observe atoms, you can do a better job if the atoms stand still, as if they are running, flying through your vacuum chamber at the speed of sound. So anyway, so that was the motivation to get to lower and lower temperatures. But once the atoms were extremely cold, were extremely slow, they were so slow that they were not just feeling the next neighbor, they just felt that there were many, many atoms around. They started to interact and to behave, not as an atom, not as a molecule, but as a system of condensed matter, as many-body physics. So suddenly, by just learning how to cool atoms to low temperature, suddenly the atoms started to behave like a metal, like a fluid. And that was unexpected. And a whole new world of research, a whole new host of possibilities was opening up. And for more than 10 years, my and other research group were exploiting that in many ways. We see a new opportunity. We want to use atoms which we can manipulate with the precision and the methods of atomic physics. We want to use them to shed some new light on magnetism. And we are not quite there, but I feel with maybe another year of research and some brilliant ideas, we can now make very, very cold atoms to assemble into magnets. And with the power of atomic physics, we can see individual atoms, we can manipulate individual atoms. So ultimately we want to turn atoms into an atomic Lego and assemble novel magnetic materials. It's an example that you should do science and technology with an open mind, and if you get into something interesting, you will suddenly see avenues, you will see opportunities to pursue you had no idea that they existed. You have to have a sense where science is interesting. You want to get into something where you feel kind of it's like, bubbling and boiling. And I feel young students have a wonderful sense for that. You can sometimes just look what are the research fields which are appealing to young people, and that's sometimes the best measure where the future is. But I would say do it with an open mind, and don't go into a field by saying I want to do exactly that. Yes, you should have a good idea what you want to do, but the best is what cannot be predicted.